Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu einer weiteren Episode Danganronpa. Und ja, dieses Date. Und ich habe noch mal ein bisschen weiter gedacht. Theoretisch, also ich nehme mal an, da er gerade eben noch die Regel erzählt hatte, es wird noch entweder es wird noch ein Mord passieren oder jemand hat einen richtig hart verarscht, dass er bei jemandem unterstützt. Also es gibt sehr, sehr viele Theorien. Ich möchte mich schon nicht festlegen, wer der Mörder ist. Aber wir fangen einfach mal an, da wir jetzt Monokuma-File haben. Das ist der Dumble End. Ja, okay. Set, das ist das Objekt, ja. Das haben wir schon mal. Das ist jetzt eine Bullet. Okay. Das verstehe ich noch nicht so ganz. The poster got some blood in it. It must have happened during the murder. It's a dead body, yes.
Very strange.
But the more I look, the more strange it all seems. This must be genocide. Ja, we're still unsure, dude. Das muss nicht der Typ sein. The word bloodlust is written on the wall. Blood. What's the meaning behind it? Bloodlust. Was sagst du? Hast du schon direkt den Mörder? She took her time examining Chihiro's corpse. She poked and prodded, going over every inch of the lifeless body. You're a very strange woman, you know, being able to touch a dead body with absolutely no trouble. She seems to be concentrating pretty hard. It's like she can't even hear us. If you have time to talk, you have time to start investigating. I share this locker room all the time. I use this locker room all the time. Now it's become the site. Yeah. But why was she killed in the locker room? Actually, if I think about it, she could have been killed somewhere else, then carried here. She was very light. That is true. It wouldn't be hard for someone to carry her, but still. I still think she came here on her own by choice. What makes you say that? She's been talking a lot lately about how she wanted to get stronger, so you're saying she came here to exercise, but according to the Monokuma file, apparently she was killed around 2 in the morning. Would she really have been exercising that late? Hina or myself are usually in the locker room during the day, so she was probably avoiding it then. Avoiding it? Although we invited her to join us more than once, she never showed up, so I can only assume she was trying to avoid us, and instead she came to exercise in the middle of the night.
However,
Perhaps, but it's difficult for me to imagine she would have come alone. She did want to start exercising, but she specifically mentioned she couldn't do it by herself, so she needed support from others. So you're saying she could have come here in the middle of the night to train in secret, but that she also would have come with someone else. Verstehe. Dude had a really complex about being weak. You hit your tongue about it. Oh, I need to get stronger. Yeah, I do remember she said that one more once. Sure did, which I guess explains the trip down here. But did she really need to get stronger that badly? You already mentioned it, but she was a girl. After all, most girls aren't all that strong. I don't know, man. I haven't really thought about that stuff. Was? Mondo's account. Now I believe it's about time for us to move on. Already? New clues won't magically appear by staying around here. We need to check every aspect of this case.
let's go.
If you're satisfied, let's hurry up and proceed. So this is our next location. This place is related to the investigation. Figure it out by yourself. It's not fun if you don't. Yeah. Maybe this gun was used too. No, impossible. If that were true, ja, okay. Es geht eigentlich eher darum, dass man... If I remember right, this card reader is meant to work with our handbooks, right?
What?
Do you have an issue with it? If so, you should take it with Monokuma. He said that, then quickly and sharply clapped his hands together.
Did you call for me?
You called for me? Has he been domesticated?
That's right.
It seems that Makoto has a question for you. Sure, what's up? Well, it's just about this card reader. Yes, the card readers all have been designed to interface with each of your e-handbook. You can only enter the locker room corresponding to the gender listed in your individual handbook. And it's impossible for 2 people in a row to go through while the door is unlocked, correct?
Unbelievable.
Nah, if there were some sort of erotic terrorist on the prowl, the ceiling-mounted Gatling gun would initiate a Swiss cheese slaughter. And the screw regulations prohibit anyone from lending someone else the handbook, correct? Correct. So then, that means only girls can go in the girls' locker room and only boys can go in the boys' locker room. In other words, from the girls' locker room means... Allow me to tell you what you're thinking. The killer must have been able to get in there.
Other words,
As such, the killer must have been one of the girls. Did I get it right?
ignorance.
Das habe ich schon verstanden, aber loaning, ja, das ist klar. Only the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else is perfectly fine. Moment, only the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else is perfectly fine. So you managed to sniff out the loophole in the regulations. Knowing you, I would bet you created it on purpose, didn't you? To add a little more excitement to things. Yes? Now then, since the dead can actually talk, they are not people anymore, they're things.
Yep.
Get it? Got it? Good. Wait, hold on. You're saying that's a loophole, but in order to borrow something from someone then, that means someone would have to loan it, so...
Are you?
Nein. Wenn sie echt gestorben ist, dann kann man ja das Handbook nehmen. Just listening to you makes me wanna pass out. Be more like Wayaku and get your poop together. Or else I will charge you with criminal negligence. No more questions. Figure out the rest by your own damn self.
That's fine.
Well, I know you are unfortunately lacking in mental facilities, so I will find you in myself. Let's head to the main hall. That will help you understand what's going on. We came to the main hall. So what are you looking for here? Does that mean I have to figure it out myself? I don't get it. The hung our metal blocking the entrance seems like some kind of machine. There's a mailbox here. Could there be something inside? It's an e-handbook. No way, there's 3 of them, but what are they doing here? So you finally found them. Did you know these were here? Happened to find them by chance myself the other day. It seems there's a system in place where the handbooks of dead students get delivered to this mailbox. So then, these 3 handbooks belong to... Okay. You can go ahead and confirm it by yourself. Yeah, okay. You're right. Now, do you understand? This is the key to the loophole that I reveal later. I'm starting to get it. You should pay close attention to the regulations. Ja. The act of loaning, also von Toten kann man die Handbooks nehmen.
What?
Hold on a second.
Very strange.
That's strange. One of the handbooks won't turn on. Is it broken? Junko's name when I started up. Then the one that won't turn on must be Leon's, right?
See.
That would make sense, yes. After all, he did get pummeled with dozens of baseballs. Ja. The memory, ja. You're right. It wouldn't be surprising for the handbook to break during that kind of assault.
Damn it.
Hey! Hey! What? The handbook is essential to student life here. Crucial, integral, instrumental, a super big deal. There's no way it would break that easily. But it did. If I said it wouldn't break, it wouldn't freaking break. I can withstand up to 10 tons of pressure and it's waterproof up to 300 meters, okay? I don't care how many baseballs you hit with it. It wouldn't do crap. But even my amazing handbook does have single weak point. But it's a secret. I wouldn't want you to go breaking any more handbooks.
What?
Then Leon must have broken it somehow without realizing its weakness was, right? Hard to say. You know what? I think his handbook isn't actually broken. But you might ask, how could that be? It's not broken, but it's undeniable fact that it's not turning on.
Fine.
Wenn da steht, das hat ja nichts mit dem Case zu tun, hat das auf jeden Fall mit dem Case zu tun, ja? Either way, something about still bothers me. Okay then, this should be enough to get things rolling. Let's begin our investigation in earnest and track down the true culprit. To be exactly, no quite. Ist man, wenn man ein Black End ist, geht das Ding dann aus? To be exact, not quite. Certainly I want to reveal Joe's killer. I want to reveal, but more precisely, I want to discover the true identity of Genocide Jack. And you really think, you truly believe Genocide Jack is the one who killed you? Absolutely, I have no doubt that Genocide Jack is... Quatsch.
What?
There's no one else. A murderous friend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method. They're like a ghost attack and suddenly then slipping away before the police can catch them. And what nickname did Genocide Jack? Yeah. Still, could one of you really... Ach, nein. You're not wrong to wonder, but words mean little right now. I have something that will prove it. I can show you it.
Don't make me repeat myself.
I have a basis to believe. Is there really proof? There's somewhere I would like to take you. This will provide all you need. Evidence that Genocide Jack is the one that killed. Evidence to you. Hey, you too. Big trouble. Need your help.
I don't have time.
We're busy. Leave us alone.
I mean,
It's an emergency.
please.
Just come down. But... Yeah, was ist es? What happened? Something's wrong with Toko. She's acting super strange. What should we do?
Very strange.
Since it's Toko, I'm intrigued. I suppose we can take a sec to see what's going on with her.
Don't make
Are
me
you sure?
repeat myself.
Don't make me repeat myself. I didn't expect that. I thought for sure you would just say no and that would be the end of it. Come on.
Let's go.
She looks scared at the dorms. Ne, da müssen wir nicht rein. It's talking some kind of emergency. You guys are too slow. I think you're just too fast. So what's the emergency? Well, after what happened in the girls' locker room, we left Toko in her room so she could lay down. After a while, she came back to check on her. You know, how she was doing, but when we did, it was weird. She refused to come out and she kept saying all this weird stuff.
That's fine.
The door swung open slowly and silently. Holy crap! An aura of negativity flowed out from behind the door, forced the gas out of me.
Oh, nothing. It's just that Hina was really worried about you, holding yourself up in your room.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, sure thing. But could you open up just for a second?
Won't allow it.
Huh?
Won't let Genocide Jack have control.
Okay, was war das? She's been acting like that the whole time when I... drive up the murderer's feet. It doesn't make any sense, right? I was afraid to leave her in there alone, so I tried to bust down her door, but it felt like something was holding it shut on the other side. I couldn't even budge it. Does she think the same? Does she think the serial killer just okay? Is that why Toko's so scared? Whatever it is, I'm really worried about her. Isn't there anyone who might be able to preside her? Ja, hier, red du mal mit der. You think you could ask her to come out of her room? I mean, sure, whatever. You're going to talk to her? Wow, I guess it can be nice when you want to. After a few minutes.
What do you want?
Leave me alone, you are so annoying.
It's Byakuya.
Byakuya. I'm sorry I couldn't keep your promise. But don't worry, never again. I won't let genocide Jank have control ever again. Even Byakuya couldn't pull it off. There's nothing else we can do. Let's go back to the investigation. What was Toko talking about just now? Something about a promise. I have no idea. Another one of her delusions, I'm sure.
Stop talking.
If I say I don't know, that means I don't know. Just let Hina take care of her. I will stay here and keep an eye on over here.
Let's go.
Without waiting for a reply, Byakuya speed away. I tried to talk to him several times as he walked, but he didn't even look back, let alone say anything. He just kept on walking towards his destination. Finally, his feet brought him to a stop in front of a certain room. The library. Come on, let's go in. Is the evidence that proves it was Genocide Jack really in the library?
Make me repeat
Don't let me
myself.
see it again. There's no point in checking there. Lol. Knock it off. Ich collecte Coins, die helfen uns. Oh. Die Bibliothek ist ja richtig voll mit Coins. That's no point, okay. Bro.
Don't make me
Bro. Was hab ich denn? Ach so, hier hinten. Remember at the door. Archive. Hurry up and go inside.
Let's go.
So many books and files, and so much dust too. I would say there's enough value in this place to endure the dust. If you pay attention to your surroundings, you're sure to discover value for yourself. Einfach mal überall gegendrücken. There's a wooden box, it's empty. Although judging by the smudges on the dust, it looks like there was something inside. Extension cord plugged in there. It proved very useful while I was in the library. Extension cord. Ja, mit der die da dran gebunden wurde. There's so many files stuffed onto the shelf. What's on all these documents are dangerous. They detail all the people who control the world from beyond the scenes. Dangerous too. Oh. Controlling, ja, ja. This shelf is stuffed with tight files.
That's right.
That's the report on a presidential assassination. The original is kept at the National Library. Krasse Bücher. The reveal, the ones with real power. Ja, ja. Thick files, nice. Photos from all kinds of crime scene. It's kind of thing in old person, ja, ja. Investigation reports to relate to different cold cases. Those are blah blah blah. Desk lamp. Oh yeah, it's the same one I saw in library.
What?
Do you have a problem with their lamp? It was here before, then I moved it over there. It's dark over there, so I thought I would put it to good use. True splendor of this library. The entire reason I was interested in the library is because of this room right here. It's to classify government documents, police records, things no ordinary person would ever see. Isn't it magnificent? This can't be for real, right? That's your guys' problem. Anything that doesn't fit into your preconceived reality, you label it is a lie. It's just like blah blah. I mean, there's just so much. How could anyone have put all this together? I suppose it goes to show how much Peaks Academy truly wields, or perhaps the mastermind may have wanted to provide us with enough entertainment to keep us from getting bored. It's no use, I can't keep up with all this, it's just too unreal. What's wrong? You still can't believe it? What about you? How can you believe it so easily? Things like that are only impossible. Normally ordinary simple, those things don't exist anywhere in the real world. If you don't understand what they actually represent, you don't understand the nature of anything. You don't pull your punches, right? Do you? Besides, what you consider unusual or usual is based on your common sense, right? But what makes you think your own common sense applies to me at all? The documents gathered here are genuine. Hold on a second, you're saying you have read all these documents more than once, but all this has to be like top secret confidential stuff, right? So why? My family has a reading room just like this at our home. Ours is bigger, of course, and not as dusty. That includes foreign powers as well as domestic.
So in other words,
there's a secret council that controls the world from the shadow. My family is a member of that council. And I have within me the bloodline that will allow me one day to bend the world to my will. Become the ruler, blah blah blah. Which is why I proclaim without a doubt that the materials gathered here are the real thing. This is beyond believing or not believing, but starting to scare me more than the actual mastermind. And what always interested me the most were the cold case police investigation reports. Reading through those reports has always been a hobby of mine ever since I was little. It's excellent mental exercise. I've solved more than a few of those cases just by reviewing the reports. And among of all those reports, my recent favorite is the Genocide Jack case. As he talked, the type grabbed a specific file from the shelf.
that's right.
This is the complete case file. Every single report surrounding the Genocide Jack case has been compiled in here. Because there are so many, allow me to quickly summarize the main point. Oh. To begin there, ich bin ein bisschen müde. So spannend ist das jetzt nicht. To begin, there are two notable characteristics in every genocide murder. The first characteristic is that at every crime scene the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood, and the second is that the victims are murdered with their bodies are suspended in a certain way. It's exactly the same as what happened to Chihiro. Save your surprise, the best part yet to come. For the second characteristics, where the victims are suspended, the only one who knew about the particular fact were members of the police and other high-ups. By all accounts, nobody in the media ever found. In other words, no one on the news, no one online, nobody knew about that aspect of each crime. Only key officials and the killer himself knew about this act of mounting the victim. Now, if you recall, her body was most certainly mounted in this fashion. So how could the killer have known about suspending the victim?
That's right.
That's the key question. But in fact, the answer is quite simple.
So in other words,
That's right, there is the evidence that Genocide Jack has hidden himself among the rest of us.
interesting.
I've never imagined a killer with such a reputation would ever become a part of our little game. Now, don't you think it would be good for you to take a look of I've already seen? You might just manage to ferret out a clue or two.
Ignorance.
If you get down on your knees and beg, I might even show you myself. Was soll ich jetzt machen? Ja, brauche ich nicht. Oh, doch, war alles geplant. Pff. Hold on, we still have more to check here. Ja, ja. Ja, ja, das ist klar. There was an extension code, ja, ja. About the case file, could you let me see it? Well, you didn't beg, but I guess it's okay this time. Feel free to look at it here, but can't take it with you. Okay, alles klar, ich hab die gesehen und dann waren da Fotos. Uff. The names of Genocide Jack's victims ran on for several pages. Blah blah blah. But one thing became perfectly clear as I read. All the killer's countless victims were killed and suspended in exactly the same way. At the scene of every murder, the word bloodlust was left in the victim's own blood. Noch eine Seite, okay. Profiling results. All of those crimes took place either on weekdays, at night, or during holidays, either day or night. The most common time for the killings to take place was on holidays in the afternoon. Based on these facts, it could be suggested that the suspect might be a student. Evidence suggests that the suspect lingered at the scene, but when they did leave, they were in panic. Because an eyewitness has never come forward, it's unlikely there was any external reason for this. This confused behavior suggests that the suspect may potentially suffer from identity disorder.
So in other words,
The key point here is that the culprit may well have a split personality. But this one is way more unbelievable than anything else. Is this the alte? Or maybe it really isn't. I don't know. I feel like my mind has gone numb.
let's go.
Alright, we should getting soon. Okay. Anyway, but here we have finished our business here, haven't we? As usual, Byakuya turned and left without another word. I hurried up out of the library to catch up. Well, this is where we part ways. I have some things I need to take care of before the class trial.
I don't have time
Come
to
on,
play with
enough annoying misapprehensions. Did you really think we would be together the whole time? Take responsibility for yourself and do something useful. Move the investigation forward on your own.
Goodbye.
Just like that, he was gone. Just as quickly as she asked me to join him, he cut me off. In the end, I felt like I was just some plaything getting tossed around. At the same time, I uncovered some really important clues thanks to him. He is the one that killed Chiro. Weiß ich nicht. To that, there's somewhere I have to go investigate more time. I have to go back in the crime scene, the girls' locker room. I should check the boys' locker room too. And the others might have come up with some info I might find useful while I'm at it. I need to find out everything I can. Okay, jetzt können wir endlich mal ein bisschen selber investigieren. Ich möchte mal zum Locker Room und das alles mal ein bisschen checken. Und dann möchte ich mal ein bisschen Hi. Ding ding ding, has discovered evidence revealing the identity of the culprit. Another stat increase for me. Evidence? What did you find? I cannot reveal that just yet. But I guarantee that what I found will steal the killer's breath from his lungs. Are you sure about that? Yeah. Miss Lodenberg said she would witness something worthwhile too. What did she see? She refused to tell me, like when a girl bullies the boy she likes, right? Warehouse. Okay, Warehouse müssen wir danach. The big-breasted swimsuit model is pretty noticeable too. A girls' circle doesn't seem like the kind of place you would find something like this. Das ist meine Vermutung. There's a big blood stain on the dumbbell on the floor. A blow to the head. Presence here was especially weak, her body and her soul. Hey Kyoko, have you made any progress on your investigation? Generally speaking, I have to get going. I have something unrelated to take care of. Something besides the investigation, what is it?
Wow.
Nothing you need to worry about, just concentrate on the murderer.
So then.
Before I go, let me give you one piece of advice. You should examine Judith one more time, thoroughly. Also, a handbook is missing. You might want to determine its whereabouts.
Goodbye.
That's it, I will be praying for your success. Handbook. Kyoko said I should examine the body one more time. She said truly, but I do have my limits. Let's see. Since I'm bound with what looks like some kind of rope, the rope was used to prompt her in a kind of crucifix position. The rope has a plug. Wait, so then this isn't a rope at all. But the more I think about it, the more that's not the only thing that concerns me. Fatal injury, blow to head, which means someone struck her head in the... Which means someone struck her head in order to kill her. There's the issue of her being suspended and the fatal blow. At first I didn't see any reason to too much about them either. But seeing them again after looking through the genocide jet file, something's not quite right. Well, the one thing most likely to tie all these mysteries together is the true nature of the rope that was used to suspend. And to figure that out, there is a certain place I need to revisit and look over again. Plus I might help to look at the genocide case for one more time. Okay. Ich sag erstmal nix. They were killed in the same way and mounted to a nearby wall. The word bloodless was found at the scene of each crime written in blood. There's a bloodstain on the carpet. It only be caused by Chihiro's murder. Okay. This poster. It's a popular boy band called Tornado. Somehow it doesn't quite fit. The poster and the... That's right, there's definitely something strange about this. What reason would anyone have? Maybe I should talk to someone who knows a little more about the lockers rooms. There's a strange stain on the carpet. Also es suggestet sehr, dass der Mörder eben keine Frau war. Ja. The guilty party may only kill a maximum of 2 people. Party heißt ja 2 Leute. It's dangerous. It also has nothing to do with the case. Doch, vielleicht schon. Green card reader, but the door's unlocked now, so it's kinda pointless. Oh Gott. Ich will nur noch durchlesen. To unlock a locker room, you need to swipe your e-handbook over the card reader. You need a male student's handbook for the boys' locker room and a female student's for the girls'. It's not possible for 2 people to enter at the same time. Additionally, lending someone your handbook is a violation of school regulations. Das heißt, was diese Chihiro gemacht haben könnte, wäre in den Boys Locker Room gegangen. Es heißt ja nicht, dass eine Frau nicht in den Boys Locker Room gehen darf. Das steht nirgendwo. Also sie ist da hingegangen mit Leons Handbook, wurde dort umgebracht und ihr Handbook wurde genommen, um dann rüber zu gehen. Das Poster musste ausgetauscht werden und irgendwas ist mit dem Boden falsch. So, und ich glaube nicht, dass dieser Genocide Jack Killer das ist. Die Morde wurden erstens dann mit Scheren anscheinend gemacht und brutaler statt mit einem Schlag. Das heißt, das könnte eigentlich, also das, es geht ja nicht darum, wer Genocide Jack ist, sondern primär, aber ich kann hier nicht hin. Krass, ich kann mich ja nirgendwo jetzt gerade bewegen. I'm sure there must be still more to discover. Ich gehe mal in den Pool rein. Achso, ich muss so zurück, ne? Wenn ich mich auch frage, die Handle auf dem Boden, gehört die? Gehört die wirklich zum Equipment von den Grills? Das wäre noch eine gute Frage. You spend a lot of time exercising the girls' locker room, right? I've used nearly every day since I opened it up sometimes. Let me ask you something. Do you think the power system could have been switched? Sorry, I can't really say. I really paid attention to the posters. But there's something that's been bothering me about the locker room. You see, I like to drink a little protein coffee every time I finish exercising. In the warehouse. It's not the highest quality, but I don't think a lot of other options. I mix protein powder with coffee and down a glass after it. Anyway, the other day I spilled some on the carpet in the girls' locker room and left it stained. Okay, alles klar.
Of course.
I noticed it earlier, his stain has disappeared. I can only assume someone came along and cleaned it up. But still, isn't it unusually clean? As if there was never a stain here to begin with. Wow. Das erklärt einiges. Achso. Das erklärt den Punkt hier. Ich weiß nicht, ob es sinnvoll ist, dann immer direkt jemandem zu erzählen, was man so gefunden hat. Das kann ja auch gelogen sein. Also jeder kann halt der Mörder sein. Das muss man halt immer bedenken, ne? Nee, da wollte ich nicht hin. Ich wollte hier an die Lampe. The lamp won't turn on. I see. It's not plugged in. The lamp cord's long enough to read the outlet from here. Last time I saw it, I was definitely on. Extension cord. Ich kann euch sagen, Alter, ich werde den Fall das nächste Mal gelöst haben. Grab that one thing from over here and put it over here. Mann, ich würde gerne etwas sagen, aber ich möchte den Leuten nicht... Also, ich habe eine Vermutung, Oh, hier soll noch mehr sein, okay. Wer es sein könnte. Wegen einem komplett anderen Grund. Und Stop function as a school. Motive, you can Nee, das nicht. Ich meine, ich kann hier nochmal durchgucken, ne? Aber hier sollte eigentlich nichts mehr sein, was mich wirklich interessiert. Was? Was ist missing? Genocide Jack's file is gone. I have to assume... Okay. Ja, aber das heißt ja nichts. Moment, Loan? Heißt das auch, dass sowas geloant werden muss? Jetzt kann ich gehen, okay. Auf geht's noch zum Warehouse. Boah, wenn ihr dann schon sagt, Alter, dass jetzt gleich der Trial kommt, ne? Das wäre echt ein bisschen speedy. Ich meine, wie lange hat man Zeit? 1 Stunde oder so? Celeste, what are you doing here? This warehouse is amazing. It has das wollte ich noch nachgucken, das Warehouse, das wollte ich mir mal anschauen. It has absolute everything one might need to live a full life. From food to clothes to towels, there's an endless supply to choose from. I see that, but have you found anything related to the case? I knew you were going to ask me that. I thought talking about the warehouse itself might direct you, but I see it was pointless. Then you did find something. Very well, I will tell you and only you. Last night I saw her here. She was in the warehouse.
Indeed.
This was right before nighttime.
What are you doing out this late?
Oh, I was just...
Are you planning to go exercise, perhaps?
What? How did you know?
Because I can see a blue track jacket sticking out of that duffel bag you're carrying.
Oh, you're right. Thanks. Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone. I assumed she was merely stocking up to go exercise in the morning, but it would appear she ignored the nighttime rule and headed directly to the girls' locker room. If she hadn't broken our rule, none of this ever would have happened. You got what you deserve. There was no trace of the track jacket or duffel bag Celeste said she was, which would mean the killer would have gotten rid of it somehow. Wo war das? Es ist immer noch offen, okay. Hängt da irgendwie vielleicht was von der? Okay, gucken wir mal, was noch so da steht mit wichtig Zeugs. So, die Dining Hall kann ich noch gehen, oder wie? How's Toko doing? Same as before, she won't come on and she just keeps on mumbling something about Genocide Jack. So I just left her there. My head was all swimmy and was getting pretty hungry. But don't worry, I'm gonna head back as soon as I have done eating. What are you eating? A donut. Nice. Of course. There are two things I'm sure God created. Outer space and donuts. Oof. I bet you would have liked to eat more donuts. Maybe that was one big regret. I should have tried to spend more time here. Who did she spend time with?
Well...
She was a little bit strange, didn't really hang out with other girls so much. It was like she was trying to keep her distance from us.
Yeah, totally.
And it wasn't just us either, it was like she stayed away from all the girls. I don't know, she talked to the boys all the time. It's kind of weird to be shy around your own sex, but totally fine with the opposite. Maybe she was used to guys spoiling her. The law says you can't judge a book by its cover. Oh no.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in? It's the moment you've all been waiting for! The class trial! You remember where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon!
Begin? That is about to begin? The red door is right through there. Oh no, no. Ich habe keine Ahnung, wer der Mörder ist. Da muss ich mir jetzt erstmal ein paar Gedanken machen. Und in der nächsten Episode gibt es einen Class Trial. Mal gucken, ob wir es schaffen. Ich mache mir ein paar Gedanken. Vielleicht kriege ich den Mörder raus. Wir sehen uns in der nächsten Episode. Bis dann. Ciao.